Attack on Titan has been keeping one big secret throughout its first 3 seasons: the Warhammer Titan. Now that the Tybur family has been revealed in the anime, they're about to bring out the big guns. Willy and his ancestors have been standing at the peak of the world's hierarchy for generations by subjugating their own people in the shadows. The honorary Marleyans represent the pinnacle of nobility. But how did they get to play masters behind the scenes? In today's video, I will dive into the Tybur family's affairs to uncover their little-known history and explain the extent of the Warhammer Titan's powers. Now, put your best anime t-shirt on and let's discover the exciting world of nobility in Attack on Titan. To understand the origins of the Warhammer Titan, we need to look beyond the monster and into the Tybur family's history. Let's begin with the most prominent and first member of the family introduced in the series, the charismatic and, dare I say, sexy Willy Tybur. Although he just decided to step out of the shadows during the final season, our friend Willy is one of the most powerful men in the entire Attack on Titan universe. As the head of the Tybur family, he has the power to control Marley politics behind the scenes, but he prefers to hang in his oversized mansion sipping tea with his family. You see, Willy doesn't really like making decisions and feels that what Marley does to his fellow Eldian citizens is justified because of the pain his ancestors inflicted on the Marleyans in the past. While he lived a carefree life of luxury, everything changed when he learned about the Warhammer Titan's history. As he explains on stage during his goofy play, the Marleyan government has been feeding people lies when it comes to the real story of King Karl Fritz, the ruler of Eldia. After the Eldian Empire conquered countless nations, King Fritz, who possessed the founding Titan back then, decided that he was done with fighting and abandoned Eldia's conflict, leaving for Paradise Island. The event triggered a massive civil war between 8 families who each held one of the 9 Titans. The Marleyans, who were barely standing at the time, decided to take the opportunity to strike amongst the chaos. To make it brief, the Tybur family, holder of the Warhammer Titan, conspired with King Fritz and the Marley nation in order to stop the war. This resulted in the creation of the walls on Paradise Island and all the propaganda that followed. It also influenced the Tybur family's place in the world of nobility and the revival and expansion of the Marley Empire. The Tybur family probably lived reclusive lives out of the spotlight in order to protect themselves as Eldians and avoid any conflict that could result from hate toward the Eldian people. But since the whole world is growing wary of the threat that the Paradise Island people might pose, Willy's plan is to make them the bad guys. Framing Eren and friends as vile demons compared to the good-natured Eldians living outside of the walls is the perfect plan to unite, to some extent, the world with Eldians. Although they probably won't give them much freedom, or at least not right away, this plan could prevent the complete annihilation of his people. Of course, things did not quite go according to plan, as an angry, transformed Eren sent him flying into the afterlife. Now, if you haven't watched the final season's 6th episode, you might want to pause and continue this video later. I'll go over some minor revelations and explain the extent of the Warhammer Titan's powers. These are not life-changing spoilers, but you have been warned. Here we go. So far, everything seemed to point out that the Warhammer Titan's host would be Willy Tybur, since he held all that knowledge about the Titan's past lives. But oh boy, were we wrong. Willy didn't last long and ended up being the Attack Titan's late dinner right as he was declaring war on Paradise Island. This means that Eren had the same instinct as us viewers and readers and went right for the head of the family. But the real person holding the power of the Warhammer Titan was Willy's little sister, who survived the attack before transforming into a Titan. The Warhammer Titan is by far one of the coolest Titans in the series. While it got beaten rather quickly, the problem is not the giant monster itself, but its owner. It seems that the family's lifestyle has left the Tybur lady without proper Titan training. While she mastered her transformation, she didn't stand a chance against a trained soldier like Eren. What kept her going was the amazing powers that the Warhammer Titan holds. The gigantic humanoid creature uses a form similar to hardening, as it's able to create weapons out of its Titan skin, although with some differences. The Titan uses this ability to fully cover its body, while the material's malleability allows it to move freely compared to the heavy-duty armored Titan. During the Liberio attack, it created its signature weapon, a giant warhammer capable of knocking anyone or anything in its path. The shifter, when in Titan form, can also create spikes to protect itself against enemies and create a very useful crossbow, allowing for long-range attacks. But one of its strong points is also one of its weaknesses: the ability of the shifter to remotely control its Titan. During the Titan brawl, Willy's sister, who remains unnamed, hid in a hole in the ground while staying connected to her Titan through some sort of cable. While controlling the Warhammer Titan, she stayed safe in a crystal shell. That is, until Eren found out about it and used the Jaw Titan to crush her and helped himself to a second serving of Tybur. As our last video on Attack on Titan attests, a lot has happened before Season 4. But one thing in particular seems to have caught your attention: Historia's pregnancy. Some of you wondered who got Historia pregnant, while user IDK believes that Eren is totally a father. Alright, everybody take your places. We're gonna pretend we're at the Maury show for a second, okay? Who do you think is the baby's father? Let's discuss.